awesome shot. All right, good morning. It's Saturday, June 6th. 83 days away from archery elk hunting season, opening day in Colorado. It's pretty amazing. It hasn't felt like 200 days since I started this journey. It's gone pretty quickly. Anyhow, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not very chipper this morning, so I apologize if my words don't flow, but I'm going to shoot this morning with a good friend, Tom Klum. I met him not too long ago. He is the owner of Rocky Mountain Specialty Gear in Wheat Ridge, Colorado, and it's a fantastic place. It's a family-owned business. Him and his sons run the business. And they actually are traditional bow hunters, extraordinary traditional bow hunters. And I've actually taken up traditional. It's a new thing for me. I started with compound. I took my first animal this spring, a Colorado Merriam turkey, with my bow, with my compound, but I'm really interested in going out hunting and pursuing game with a traditional bow this season. And here are a few reasons why. One is lightweight. The bow is very easy to maneuver and carry. It's very, very light. It's easy to hike with, and the type of hunting I plan on doing, I'll be backpacking quite a bit. So that's the first reason. The second reason is when you're taking aim with a compound, you're looking through a sight, and I tend to get tunnel visioned. I don't see a lot of the surrounding area. But with a traditional bow, your sight is open up. So you see a lot more, your peripheral gets opened up. That's the second reason. The third reason, instinctual shooting. It's really cool when it all comes together and you take a shot knowing that that was your mind and your body doing that you didn't rely on any other equipment to make that happen. And one of the things I was noticing when I was compound shooting, 4 or 5 times a week, was I was really getting fixated on the pins, trying to figure out what my yardage was. And I was pulling out my rangefinder to try to figure out what the yardage was. Well, what I was doing was really putting myself in a box and forcing myself to carry a rangefinder and be concerned about that yardage. Well, when I started shooting traditional, the distance started becoming natural. I started trusting my instinct for my yardage, for my distance. And once that started coming into play, I didn't worry so much about the yardage, and I was still placing very decent shots. And I'm not a great shot right now. I probably have a 60% accuracy, but I know that it's possible, because I've seen it, and I know it's possible to get 100% accuracy, as deadly accurate as you can on a compound. Plus, you have the benefit of all those other things that I mentioned. So look out for a couple new developments in our training to try to make sure that we have those strong muscles, but also conditioned muscles, more so than we did with pulling back at 60 pounds of a compound, because you have a 30 pound break point. Well, now I'm pulling back. My bow is a 64 inch, 58 pounds at 28 inches, and I have a 31 inch draw. So I'm actually pulling back. I'm actually holding about 60 to 62 pounds. I want to be able to hold that and maintain my shot accuracy, even if an elk is hung up behind some brush and I have to wait a couple seconds. So I'm focusing more on my training on those types of aspects to try to maximize my return. And one thing I should mention too is training regimen of while you're shooting, especially when you're shooting traditional. you have to find a balance, because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out, and I've experienced that a couple times. Where maybe I hit 3 days of upper body back to back to back, and then I went shooting, and my shots all over the place. That's what's going to happen potentially this morning. I'll show you some footage as we go through the course with Tom, but just wanted to point that out, that you need to temper your training with your shooting, because they do go hand in hand. If you're fatigued, you're not going to have as good of a shot. I've found that the days that I don't train, I actually, if I haven't trained upper body for a couple days, I actually shoot better. So you have to find that balance. I'm still looking for it, looking for that balance. All right, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.